Hi, this is Xochitl Carillas We Never Settle. Today's episode, we're going to talk about something that is quite interesting, I think, at least. And it's about the concept of being normal. Normal. Especially with our children, teenagers, ourselves, every role that we play in this earth. And a lot of the times, let's start talking about the children, the elementary kids, that we get so wrapped up sometimes, even the toddlers or the babies, that we get sometimes so wrapped up in our head about how our kid is different or how our kid is not different than everybody else. Every kid has their own pace. Every kid has their journey. Every kid has their path and how they know and they learn things and they grasp on things. And so and then we move into the toddlers and the teenagers, and how my kid looks like this and your kid looks like that, and my kid dresses like this and my kid doesn't dress like that, and the sport that they play, the sport they don't play, and all this social construct that we build around our lives and the way that we grew up and how we want our children to be better than us. And that's a concept that is obviously every parent kind of has in their head, on the back of their head, for every child, for to be better than what we are. But we get so wrapped up sometimes that we get, and I know I caught myself also in the concept of why my kid doesn't do this or why my kid doesn't do that, or cleaning the room. And that's something that other moms and of teenagers, we have discussed numerous times, about how we struggle with the teenagers not cleaning up their room and things like that. And we get sometimes so judgmental, and we ask our kids, like, why can you be normal? Why can you not do this? Why can you not do that? And we get so wrapped up in those concepts, and without noticing, we are hurting our children. We're not just crushing their soul by asking them, why are you not like this, or why are you not like that, but we're definitely crushing their personality. And we're trying, with those questions, with that number of questions, we put a limit on who they are and why they should be like this and they should be like that, and that's what they're doing is not acceptable by us. I want to remind you of how you were when you were younger, and the concepts and the comments that you used to get when you were either a young child or a teenager, and how those have affected you, how those have made you feel. And because our parents did it to us, doesn't mean that we have to do it to our children. Now, I do believe in discipline. I do believe in setting boundaries, in giving responsibility. I do believe in building healthy relationships with healthy boundaries. And so I'm not talking about that, but just the way that we were raised, the way that we were, that our parents just talked to us. They used to discipline a lot along the lines of fear and shame. And, well, your cousin doesn't do that, why do you do it? Or if you do that, then God is going to come down and or he's going to do something bad's going to happen to you. And even as adults, I have a lot of friends that still think that, oh, there's so many things are going right for me, something bad is going to happen soon because so many things are going the right way. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in fate or not, God or no God, we have the choice to choose what we want to do. Even our children, sometimes we forget they're their own person, they're their own brain, they have their own emotions, they have their own heart, they have their own personality, and some of the things that you might not like might be coming from you. So just be mindful of those things, that kind of give them that space and that respect of who they are and who they want to become. And a lot of times I think, and I speak with my children and my clients a lot, it's like parents are here to guide and to do what's best, what we think is best for you, but ultimately you choose. Not talking about extreme choices, drugs and alcohol and stuff, like, obviously I'm not talking about that, but friendships, and we can make observations, but my recommendation for us as parents, sometimes I forget too, is to ask more questions than what we're preaching. A lot of times we sound a lot like the preachers in Sunday school, that we're telling you what is good for you, what is not good for you, and things like that. And I invite you to be more open to asking your children questions about either the friend or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, whatever it is, or their sexuality, whatever it is that they're going through, ask them questions. So I always advise this to parents: ask them questions until they get tired of you asking questions. Then you're doing a good job. Yes, are you going to know your kid? Absolutely. Yes, that's one of the job descriptions when you become a parent. I always tell the kids, I'm going to know you. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to discipline you in some ways that you're not going to like, but that's part of my job. So I invite you to ask your child, your student, your teenager a lot of questions until they get annoyed. And if they yes or no question, to try to have open-ended questions to where they have to tell you the story. So tell me about your day, something interesting that happened today. Know about how was your day today? Good. And did you have a good time? Yes. Did you do good well on your math test? Yes. And did you see your friend, Nolan? And no. And so open it to where it's asking, like, what did you do today? Something interesting that happened today. Tell me about it. Something exciting, something sad. What did what did you do with your friend today? Or what did you have for lunch today? So they can kind of build on that conversation. So I think being in open communication with your child, being in open communication with yourself, it's a lot more important than feeding the box of being normal. Thank you for listening today. Have a great day.